Okay, hello dear friends, good evening. And my face is shining like a light bulb. So it's such a beautiful golden sunset time. The sun is setting down, and all the colors become so warm and so golden. And I just want to go outside to see outside, to see one particular place. So I went there and want to take this opportunity to do a voiceover and chat with you. My face is like a light bulb, isn't it? It's funny, right? Okay, so this area, yeah. Sometimes people biking here, sometimes people walking here, and it's a natural trail, and it's a natural, it's a refugee, it's a wild refugee, plantation refugee. And last month or 2 or 3 months ago, my family went there. And we decided to go out biking. So we rode our bike and went out until reaching here. It was one of the most precious moments. You know, when you have teenage children, it is not as easy as when they were young. You can take them out easily. And now everyone has her own agenda, and it's not easy. And we managed to go out. So I feel this place is very special to me. I'm very blessed. I am very blessed. And this place is San Francisco Bay Area, near the bay. It's in Mountain View, Palo Alto, Sunnyvale, and Santa Clara. It's near the bay side, and it's this kind of wild land, and nobody care about land. It's nature at its best, or nature at its worst. And usually I have never said nature at its worst, but when I heard about the story a little bit, I haven't searched online too much about it, and I start to understand a little bit. Okay, this area used to be a rich area, as far as I have heard about. And at the beginning of the century, with the Industrial Revolution, it used to be farmland, and used to be a port and some basic agriculture. And with the industry coming in, this area some further area became very polluted, and it became inhabitable. And there were some ghost town near this area. Used to be, until 1960s or 70s, there used to be only 1 or 2 residents in one city. And now they are all gone because it was so polluted. The industry, there was industrial dumper dumping water to the waterway, and actually it is true that the Bay Area's trash. The city's deposit of trash is in this area. They bury it down and bury for 20 years, 30 years. It's quite quite a sad thing to think about. But what can we do? We human, we have waste, so need to take care. So this area became like this. Used to be quite a rich land. And just 1 month ago, around 1 month ago, I read on newspaper that the city is planning to do something about this area. And because it was not treated well, it was not natural. It's more than natural. I mean, it's natural to be damaged by human waste. And at the beginning of the century, when salt is very precious, now it's still very precious, but at that state, producing salt can bring income. So this area, the enclosed water supply, and made the running water became this kind of enclosed, and it actually damaged its ecosystem. Please correct me if you know anything about this area. It damaged the ecosystem. It becomes a kind of a salty mesh, and no more really a good plantation or good usable land. It becomes nature, but it's not a very prosperous nature. And the animals, the wild animals, changed also. Used to have some bigger animals and more interesting animals, and now here only some wild rabbit, some birds, some migrating Canadian geese, like this. So city in this area is planning to re-establish the ecosystem. I do not know the real plan, but the city is planning to open up the waterway, or let the water becomes better. Still, it will be a nature preserve, nature refugee of the wild animals, but bringing in fresh water and bringing in the right management, instead of just throw it away, instead of just ignored, a negligent management. So I think that might be a very good idea. And I don't know how long this project will take, but I look forward that people taking care of the land we live in. So I went there to walk. It was very, 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 very windy. I remember the other day we went, with our whole family, we biked. I think I had some picture posted on Facebook, and the hair is flying everywhere, and you bike as if somebody is pushing you back because of the wind. And today I didn't took the same route as I did previously. Previously I did along the water, which is even more windy. But just walking on this nature's natural land, and think about what human can do, what we can do, how much damage we can do to our planet, and how much we may be able to to correct our mistakes is quite fascinating. And a walk on this road is cleansing. So maybe this brings us to the topic of toxication. And toxication, gosh, one friend mentioned, can you talk about toxic relationship? Yes, don't lie. I wrote on the comment, don't lie. Don't lie to yourself, don't lie to your heart, don't lie to your friend, because nobody deserves a lie. Because a toxic relation is not the right relation, is not a respectful relation, is not a mutual loving relation. You do not need to live with it. You do not need to hang on with it. It is not good for you. It is not good for your friend neither. Maybe I am an outsider. I will talk in a way that as an outsider. The friendship is toxic. It's because your friend is toxic. Because he has done something which is toxic. Maybe he is not that toxic a person, but the action he has taken and the way he treated you or the way he did something is toxic. And you lost respect for him, and you cannot no longer endure that kind of relationship. And whenever you think about being with your friend and dealing with this relationship and live with that relation or work with that relationship or surrounded by this relationship, it brings not happiness feeling, it brings bad feeling, it brings just annoyed feeling or even disgust feeling, or anyway, it's not a positive feeling, right? Then the only way you get out of it is away from it. Okay, I am saying that you are a good guy. Your friend is toxic. It might be true that your friend is a good guy, that you are toxic. It's very mutual. When you feel something does not work, the other person will feel that it does not work. We all have heart, and we are smart enough to know it. What you feel, don't think you are the only person who feel that is toxic, who feel this is not right. You both feel this is not right. But for some reason, you did not dare to cut that relationship, or he did not dare to cut that relationship. Okay, from now on, I will not say you or he or she. One of these person did not dare to cut. And two of these person actually did not dare to cut this relationship. It's not good for any of you. And I have been through this. Everyone, I think, we have been through this. Our relationship, our friendship, our this collaboration has a life as anything else in life. There is a life. The relationship can have a life of 1 day, 1 year, 10 years, however long. And that particular kind of relationship can last only this length. And then it will die. And when it dies, it becomes toxic. But why do I marry to my husband for so many years, for so many decades? Why some people still live with the same friends forever and ever? Because their old relationship died and they build up a new relationship. And that they always regenerate that relationship through friendship, through eating together, have fun together, go out boating together. I'm on the boat. I'm on the boat. Yeah, they have something fun together, or they work together, or they solve problem together, or anyway, there is something that keep them together and keep them always growing, and although although their old relationship died, they give birth to new relationship. And if you just think about yourself, if you and your friend always talk the same thing every day, you may be interested at the end of a period of time, the end of the day, you will be tired of it and you will move on and talk about another topic. Right? I am interested in coffee shop, and now I'm interested in bookstore, and now I'm interested in library, and now museum, and later on, who knows, will be something else. You will not stay in one place. Relationship will not stay in one place. And don't think the other person is the bad guy. Maybe you are the bad guy, and maybe I am the bad guy, or maybe we are both good guys, and the bad guy is the situation, the bad guy is the timing, and our timing together is running out. So we need to regenerate a new relationship. How about what kind of toxic relationship? For example, he is addicted to a certain kind of things. For example, he is addicted to painting, and you just like biking, and he wants to do painting with you, do art with you, and this drives you nuts. You want to do bike with him, and he think biking is nuts, and maybe you give up a little bit of your things and do something he likes, give it a try, or reduce the time, and commonly get away from the thing that you are both addicted to, you are both stubborn to, and create a new territory, a new thing for both of you to work together, to collaborate, to enjoy together. Both of you are into different kind of activities, but no one has any problem with eating together. And while eating, you give some time to listen to his side of story, how his painting sucked, and then how his painting improved, and how your biking just miserable, and now you can bike from New York to Nevada just in one day, something. Anyway, I'm making it up. Of course, if I say addiction is not about biking and painting, you know what I'm talking about, right? You get the idea. There is something that you both cannot tolerate, and do not work on that particular thing that you both dislike. Ignore it. Talk about something else, and see if there is a chance that you call back that relationship. If that relationship is not, if both of you have no interest in exchange those relationships, move on to find a new friend or to start something new. I always think a friend is overrated. You can live very well without, I don't know, people have very different opinion. I like to be alone. I enjoy very much being alone, and I feel it's very empowering. But for some other people, for some other friends, lonely, being alone means lonely, and being with a group of people means is very empowering. Everyone is different, but do not take it as too much a big deal. If it does not work out, do not work too much on it. Move on. Still, there is really not very much other people can say and other people can do, and take the consequence of your action. If you leave your friend, you will have no friend, and can you live with it? If you can live it, then live with some freedom time, some solitude time. It's important in our life to have some time for ourselves and by ourselves. To walk alone, just to see your shadow with you. It's fun and interesting. And just seeing, I always feel, maybe I am very, very wrong, and in a lot of people's mind, I am very, very wrong. I just like to be by myself, going to places by myself. I have more freedom. I have more power to decide. Maybe this is one of my weakness, that I cannot control other people. I cannot diriger. I cannot manage other people. This is my weakness. And some friends, some people like to control and like to be with other people and like to mediate, like to manipulate, like to cooperate, like to help, like to assist, whichever way your manner is, your way of dealing with other people. It's a personal choice, and it's a personal character. And if that is your strength, you will find way to exercise your strengths in many other situations. I think the key point is a time out. If you do not, one is break up. Another thing is time out. Give yourself some time to time out from that relationship and see how it goes on. And give yourself some space to be away from that relationship. And you can do it very mildly and softly. For example, if your friend invites you to go to a bar or go to his favorite painting activity, you will say, okay, I have a stomach ache, or you have something. You can find very effective, efficient excuses and tolerable and forgivable excuses. And my stomach does not work well today, and I have an appointment for some place. You will find a gazillion excuses, gazillion ways to do that. Once you do this a couple of times, the other side will understand what is going on, and and slowly cool down. Oh, bridge. I love bridges. The bridge over the Madison County. What brings us to the other side of the bridge? To the other side is the bridge. The bridge is something new and different. So maybe we just need to look for something new and different, and let the two sides separate. You choose to walk on the bridge or not. It's your choice. I love you. I really do. Do.